Nobody knows what a water district does, and that's a good thing because that means the water's running and everything's good, right? I was never exposed to it. I mean, I didn't start this career, it's 9 years ago is when I started. And I had, I knew rudimentary what a district was and how small government worked and what water was, but nothing to the extent of what I understand it to be now. It's a huge eye-opener, and it opens a lot of doors that, the quality community members who are looking to get into a great career just wouldn't know otherwise.
Like I said, I grew up here and never really put much thought into, how the water gets in your house and things of that nature. And then took a leap of faith, got into it, and just kind of ran with it. And it just became something I became really passionate about.
With the apprenticeship program, you're bouncing from content to content to content that is exponential to the speed that you would get experience in day-to-day operations.
I mean, greatly, it's given me a baseline of what we should and how we should be operating. It's given me tons of information on everything that we do. It's great information all the way to math. The math is huge. You may not use it every day, but it's huge in what you do work-wise. So, and then all the way to how to do proper trenching and everything. There's tons of information I think every water operator should know in this apprenticeship program.
It was great to have everybody there in the classroom or, online on Zoom, speaking and talking about our daily issues and what we foresee or what we see in the field and how we attack those issues. And it's nice because people probably already come across them and they have their own ways of handling them and could definitely teach us how to resolve those issues in a different way.
So having the consistency, I've seen their knowledge, their confidence in water has grown without upper level management having that, being on top of them consistently. So I have a lot of faith that they're getting a great education and experience from this system.
As rural communities, maybe we specialize in one aspect, but there's a bigger picture, and it's great to see the way the other districts and facilities do things.
We were introduced from Dan DeMoss. He would stop by every once in a while, a couple years back. We were transitioning through management change. We had the GM, the assistant GM, and then the lead operator leave all within a couple months. So we had to kind of figure out how to do things on our own. Great learning experience, but challenging. So when Dan had the idea of creating this program, we were all for it just because of the environment that we had been working in. It's one thing to say you have to learn and be trained and go get knowledge, but if you're dealing with day-to-day operations and putting out fires, it's just not possible. So to have an education system like what was proposed and have it consistent and something that we could be invested in, I thought it was a great idea.
A good story kind of recently was we have a guy going through the program right now. Kind of same situation. He never grew up here, never saw himself per se like interested in water. Got into it. There was an opening. He took it and ran with it. Through the classes, we were on site and there was an issue with the pump and he had just gone through that class. And so he was dissecting it and explaining it to all of us because he was just so excited about what he just learned and now being able to put it into a practical application. And so that was a light bulb for me. Like, okay, they're getting good value in what they're going through every week.
So for me, the most rewarding part is to see these guys bring new items to the table. There's a lot more exposure with the apprenticeship that we wouldn't have otherwise. As you notice, we live in a rural community. In order for us to go see what the big players are doing, we have to leave. Then we lose staff, we lose time, we lose that effort. But these guys are exposed on a weekly basis. I see requests for tools and new practices and policies and procedures that have really made us a lot more efficient and a lot more functional.
Having a mentor in the process is great because they can help you, they can challenge you, and make sure that you're on track to finish the program and be the best water operator you can.
Just having the word mentorship and then having a program to where these younger guys are getting into the industry and there's somebody out there willing to share everything with them as opposed to them trying to pick pieces from here and there and that part of it, that exposure, that willingness of a mentor to offer and give information to somebody that's willing to take it in, I mean, that's a huge aspect of the apprenticeship.
I love giving back. So I feel like most utilities, you're giving something to your customers. One thing that I heard from someone years ago was water is the only utility that's offered that people actually consume. And so the fact that you're putting out a product that people are consuming and, sustenance of life, it really kind of puts it in perspective in that sense. And, anytime we get a good customer reaction back, letters from guys that are taking, extra 15 minutes here or there with something that might be outside of what we do, but they're taking that extra initiative to care about the customers. I mean, that's the stuff that I live for.
If you like being outside, if you like variety, if you like hard work, and if you want to be a contributing member to your community, the water industry is the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great career, to be honest. I've had a few different style careers and utility work, and over the last, 15 years, bounced around stuff to where people wouldn't have left and said, you're crazy for leaving. And I was always trying to find just like the more greener pastures. And I finally feel like I've found that in this career to where I can actually let my roots stay and grow. So I think it's a great opportunity for people to build a life in and choose it as a career. I had cancer a few times, and it just dwindled me down quite a bit to where I didn't have the strength. So I was able to transition out of that. I came back home, got my health, got better, and I have a brother-in-law, and I also have one of my best friends that worked here, and they just had asked me, hey, do you want to come work in water? I know you have a lot of utility background. Is that something you'd be interested in? And so I kind of just transitioned into this, grew up here. So it's a nice fit for me.
I grew up in Golden Hills. A lot of my family and friends are all from here. So that alone helps take a lot of pride in what we're doing, because this is home for me, and people I care about are here. So you should have that sense of accountability wherever you work, but it definitely helps give another level to it when it's where you grew up. It's all the businesses that you grew up going to.
I do like being a part of something more than just like a job, like career, have a role, a task in the community. So that's a big part of this job. And we are small scale, so it's nice because we're able to branch out into many different things. We never have the same day, you know what I mean? So being a part of the community, doing that water, but also helping out with community projects. It's just it's good to do this and then go home. You feel like you're actually being a part of something.
It is very personal, just because I grew up in this community, and it to wake up and go to work every day is easy, because it's like you're caring for your own people, your home, and everybody that your friends and family and everybody that's around. And I take great pride in that.
And making sure it's safe and good drinking water. But getting to communicate and talk with the residents, in which I'm neighbors with some, it's awesome getting to actually be a part of a community, and knowing that I can give my friends and their friends and other people's friends clean drinking water, and a community that they have confidence in us is huge.
Yeah, it's obviously very vital. We have to have qualified operators to provide that safe water to our communities, and that's not going anywhere, and it offers a great living. So this should definitely be considered.
I mean, it's important. You want to have safe drinking water for everybody. It's what everyone has. It's what everyone needs. It's the gateway to life, I think. But there shouldn't be any doubt in anyone's mind that they don't have safe drinking water going to their house. And the water industry in and of its own, it's always going to be needed. You always need water. Water is essential. So I think it's an important resource for us.
When I go pick up my kids at school, and I see that they sometimes, they're playing water, it's like, we do something good. It makes me feel good, because, the kids, it's like my son is always have confidence that I'm going to do good things for him. It's the same thing I feel when I see the kids playing in school, because we have the elementary school here in Golden Hills where all the kids go, and we provide water, safe water for them. It's like, it makes us feel good.